Have you ever felt threatened, embarrassed, or harassed by someone online or through some form of technology? I would guess that many of you just said yes. And if so, you've likely experienced cyberbullying. According to a recent study conducted by Faye Mishna and her colleagues, nearly 50% of students have reported experiencing cyberbullying in the past year. The Cyberbullying Research Center defines cyberbullying as willful and repeated harm inflicted through the use of computers, cell phones, and other electronic devices. As the rise of Web 2.0 and the digital age continues, so does cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is now more common and widespread than ever before, especially when it comes to middle and high school aged individuals. Throughout the digital age, adolescents have gained more access to the internet and other forms of digital communication, causing cyberbullying to skyrocket. BBC News has stated that the number of cyberbullying cases nearly doubled from 2011 to 2013. Cyberbullying occurs in the digital age because of the affordances of online digital communication, such as anonymity and disembodiment. Cyberbullying is something young people feel the ability to do because there is a clear distinction between the online and offline self. This distinction is created by the ability to disembody and become anonymous online. Robin Kowalski and her team of researchers found that many cyberbullies say that feeling anonymous gives them more incentive to bully because they feel distanced from their actions and don't have to face any outcomes or consequences. The distinction between online and offline self allows individuals to create online selves that are nothing like who they are offline. This often allows people to have confidence and power that they do not possess offline. For example, Kowalski et al. Found that a major contributor to cyberbullying is that physical size does not matter. This is why many children who are bullied offline in the physical world are likely to engage in bullying behaviors online because it gives them a chance to feel power and in control. Cyberbullying leads to a variety of disastrous effects. Victims of cyberbullying often suffer from a range of emotional, social, and academic problems. Deborah Gobert and her fellow researchers found that cyberbullying victims have extremely high levels of depression and anxiety, and low levels of self-esteem. They also found that victims of cyberbullying are 2.5 times more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol, and 3 times more likely to attempt suicide. Tanya Bernan and King Lee found that students who have been victims of cyberbullying often disengage academically as well. These kids have trouble concentrating in school due to their fear, anxiety, and depression, causing their grades to drop or for them to skip out on school altogether. There have been various examples throughout the news and media that support these conclusions. One example covered by BBC News surrounds 17-year-old Daniel Perry, who took his own life after being cyberbullied. Daniel was continuously blackmailed and harassed after befriending who he thought was a young girl with similar interests and feelings as he. It turned out that Daniel was actually talking to a group of people who, after gaining his trust, began to torment, harass, and threaten him. Daniel's story is just one of the hundreds that occur each day. This is why we need to gain control and stop cyberbullying so that it does not continue to grow and spread. There are 3 main solutions to cyberbullying that have been proposed by scholars and experts. Gobert et al. Found that cyberbullying is currently seen as accepted and expected. Therefore, they proposed the first solution, which is to educate parents and teachers so that they can gain awareness about cyberbullying and change this view. They also discussed the necessity for parents and educators to teach children about internet safety. Just because kids know how to use technology does not necessarily mean that they know how to do so safely. The second solution is that administrators need to take action in disciplining for cyberbullying. Consequences and punishments need to exist in order to embody cyberbullies and hold them accountable for their actions. Simmons and Bynum suggest that schools should not only have an acceptable usage policy for in-school use of technology, but also add a provision about disciplining students for actions conducted away from the school as well. Simmons and Bynum also discussed the need for cyber cops, meaning that administrators need to have police come into the schools to discuss proper internet use and what the punishments are for misuse. The last solution offered by the Cyberbullying Research Center is the continuation of creating laws surrounding cyberbullying. Currently, all 50 states have some type of bullying laws, but only a portion of these include cyberbullying and electronic harassment. Also, not all states have the same laws and sanctions when it comes to bullying. Researchers at the center have concluded that in order to reduce bullying, we need to create federal laws and sanctions. In conclusion, I think that it is fair to say that cyberbullying is a major problem that will just continue to grow and spread in the digital age unless we begin to educate people and create real consequences and laws for those engaging in these horrible acts.